So the U.S. pulls out of Afghanistan. It doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, you know, whatever. I think everyone can agree that the pullout from Afghanistan was extremely messy, extremely dangerous. A lot of people died, and we left a lot of people behind to die, including a lot of interpreters that helped our guys and kept our soldiers, men and women alive over there. And so this film kind of touches on that. Hello and welcome back to the Film Custodian Show. I am the Film Custodian and I'm back in the garage, and today I'm going to talk about a film that Guy Ritchie made. So I mentioned that this film was coming out in my review of Operation Fortune. If you haven't checked that video out, go check that out. That was Guy Ritchie's film that came out this year before this film. That film was actually delayed, but it was shot a couple years ago. This is kind of in his, ever since he did The Gentleman, this is his third film, which is just kind of quick and dirty, almost like a B-movie kind of style. And what I mean by that is it's like, you know, just a smaller budget and quickly made. They had to have been, because they just keep coming out like that. You have Wrath of Man, you have Operation Fortune, and now The Covenant. And The Covenant is different, like I said, than any of his other films he's done before. It's not a gangster film. It's not about, you know, oh, you know, we got Big Nose Mikey, and, you know, and he's going to go over to little John over there. I'm going to talk. I'm going to figure things out. As much as I like The Gentleman or Wrath of Man, and I liked Operation Fortune even more, this was just a different film. His DNA is still in there, kind of his style. I mean, all the soldiers in Jake Gyllenhaal's unit, they all kind of have little nicknames and stuff like that, and they kind of come up with like little, you know, fancy graphics, you know, like, oh, this is, you know, it comes a lot, you know, or whatever. Pretty sure that was one of the nicknames, but so there's a little bit of that Guy Ritchie style going on. But basically, Jake Gyllenhaal's entire unit gets killed, and then he's about to be killed himself, and then he's saved by the interpreter. They had an interpreter earlier. He was killed early in the film. They need a new one. It's this new guy, played by Dar Salim. I'm probably saying that name completely wrong. I apologize. But he did great. Jake Gyllenhaal did fantastic. And so the interpreter drags Jake Gyllenhaal all the way back to safety. Jake Gyllenhaal is back home, and then he just feels like, I got to go back, right? It's the brothers in arms. It's the brotherhood thing. It's, you know, we've been on the battlefield together. I got to go back, and I got to save him. And there's a bounty on the interpreter's head, there's a bounty on Jake Gyllenhaal's head, and he's got to sneak back in to Afghanistan through the proper channels and whatnot, and he's got to rescue this guy. That's the story, that's the plot. It's very simple. It's very simple, stupid, and that's good. There's nothing complicated, and I think that's one of the things that makes this unique for Guy Ritchie, because most of his films are just complicated in terms of not only just philosophy that he tries to squeeze in there. I know for like The Wrath of Man, it should have just been a quick and simple B-movie. You know, there's some action, some heist stuff going on. I mean, it's a revenge film, but then he's got to add all these other elements to it. You know, like, you know, Jason Statham, he's a dark soul, that one. You know, I mean, stuff like that. It's like, why do you have to? He just feels the need to add extra layers. And yeah, okay, great, but I mean, it doesn't need to be there. This has that a little bit, again, with the, you know, the bonds of, you know, two soldiers being in battle, and the philosophy of, you know, the covenant, you know, a covenant. You're going to go back, you're going to be the guy that's going to go in and save him. You know, you feel the need to go do that. And so there's always a little bit of extra layers with Guy Ritchie movies in terms of just, you know, ideas or philosophy or whatever, which is stuff that he loves because he touches on them all the time. And, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I think it works this time. The two central performances are great. That's what makes the film work. There's a lot of really good action in there. And then the music itself. I don't know, that came out weird. The music is really good. There's a couple times, though, when the main theme keeps playing over and over and over again, and then Jake Gyllenhaal kind of has a flashback, replaying his kind of journey through the desert when he's being dragged back to safety. And that got a little bit annoying, but that's, I don't know, maybe that's probably just me. And speaking of that, the cinematography is great as well. And I would say it's pretty par of the course for Guy Ritchie. There's a lot of sporadic stuff, a lot of cutting going on. But yeah, no, this was a good movie, and I think a step in a I don't know, more mature direction for Guy Ritchie, I guess. I mean, he likes to make, fun films in the crime world and different things and like that, and it's fine. But this was something else where he was really trying to touch on a subject, that is really relevant right now, and do some commentating on modern politics and whatever. And yeah, I think he pulled it off. I mean, it wasn't shoving it in your face either. It was just, okay, there's like a thing at the end, explaining what happened when the U.S. left Afghanistan. This happened and then this happened, and that's all you need. It wasn't slapping you in the face with, war is bad, and that type of thing, which a lot of films tend to do. I mean, you can be a war film and you can be anti-war, but you can still tell a good story and then have the anti-war, is obvious. That just kind of naturally plays out when main characters die, and you look around, you see the horrors of war and stuff like that. It's subtlety. Writing nowadays, writing in films and cinematography and, just the writing and the directing, all these things, they just lack subtlety these days. Now it's just in your face because there's no talent left in Hollywood. And now there's a writer's strike. So, like, oh great, well you should all be fired anyway. Pretty much everything that comes out now is crap, so... yeah, whatever. I don't know what's going on with that, whatever. Everybody's on strike. On strike! Alright. So yeah, I guess that's really all I got to say about that. I think this film is a... I give it an 8, yeah. It gets an 8. It definitely gets a recommend. I recommend this film. Go watch The Covenant. If you like Guy Ritchie, you'll like it. You like Jake Gyllenhaal, you'll like it. It's good. Okay. I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.